Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Prophecy in another auto mission. I'm a little bit confused why we have a complete new rollout of missions here. Anyhow, we are going to do this little purge. It is level 74, so a slight increase in difficulty. I think that is just fine. I've already selected the tarot card. So, using cannibalized archaeotech stolen from an excavation site, a mutant cult has lured chaos marines and a cohort of demons forth from the Immaterium. The warp gates were wiped out by orbital strikes, but the Warband is still on the loose. Orders: enter the hideout and banish the servants of chaos.
Maim the heretic, slay the treacherous Xenos, banish the fork-tongued demon spawn.
So I'm of course relatively sure that we can beat this mission, which or what is actually a tinsy little bit important is that I am in the beginning very careful with the big maps. Of course, from your starting point, there are always some situation where you need to kite the enemies, and starting like this in the right corner of the map, for example, you basically don't have too much of space to, kite the enemy around. So the beginning carefulness is very important. But as you see, for now the enemies are relatively easy to kill, but I am a little bit intrigued that that is not going to hold up too long, especially if we are going to face the first villain, even maybe with bodyguards. Then we will be in the first very tight situation, and if I can only hope that if we face one that we have already cleared out a little bit of the map, so we can kite around. So I actually don't want to engage that target, not that target, but that guy right now, because I feel the space here is not ideal. So we first of all go into this direction and face this guy there. In the end, whatever kind of enemy that is going to be, I have no clue. Very bad situation that the close combat World Bearers champion there got, so to say, from behind. That of course is then not really cool if our smaller close combat constructs are engaged by other targets and can't focus this guy down. But anyhow, we, I think, nearly made it. So we are hardly doing damage to the champion, but there are only two other guys with Havocs remaining. That should be quite alright. So this dude is down, or nearly down. Oh goodness, that is a flamer. That is not the ideal spot for us, because if you might, or if you don't know it, the small constructs here are clumping up quite a lot, like Banelings in Cycle 2 or Zerglings, whatever, and then of course of a AoE dealing weapon they are easily being taken down. So I see another target, or a bigger enemy which was just pulled. That is not very good, but the good part here is that we have cleared out his bodyguards before. That means those bloody Havocs and the champion, the close combat champion there, were actually his bodyguards, which means that was good that we first of all cleared them out, and we were of course extremely lucky that we pulled them before him. That is very good. So as I predicted, there are going to be a couple of champions lurking around on this map, or in this map, so carefulness is important, is a important asset. And I'm not always careful. I guess you could say I'm oftentimes too impulsive in games, so I wanna try to be not that impulsive right here and focus the enemies down one by one, as we should do it. So this guy down, So maybe I could have engaged the other guy we saw on the other side of the map, the champion there, or the villain. Maybe would have done, but that was my thinking there. Rather be a little careful than run heads up into him and then not be able to kite around and be in a lot of trouble, because if you kite him and run into new types of enemies, certain death is imminent. Okay, 2 guys are down here. What I do like, of course, about the snow map here, I know when you publish YouTube videos, it's always actually a little darker than the captured content, but I love the snow storm, or the snow coming down, the little fog in the air, and of course the little islands all around. Very, again, wonderful designed map. I think this is one thing new core games, the developers, did very well, is that most maps look very cool, and especially I think they look very Warhammer Universum like. That is the important feature for me. So let's respawn those guys as well. What I've noticed, the normal enemies are actually dying relatively easy, but of course the bigger, more armored targets, they take a ton load of damage to die. Especially what confuses me especially is that our little constructs, which if you have 6 of them, and I mean these guys which are just jumping around, the close combat guys, they actually on normal difficulty they can clearly take down the enemies very quickly. So I'm a little confused that it takes so long to take them champions down. Anyhow, why am I even talking about that? So these guys are goners. It is sometimes hard with the snowstorm going on to actually so it's better to actually focus on the minimap on the right side than because you can't always trust your eyes in these weather conditions on the map. That is just my thinking right here. Okay, oh my goodness. Okay, she's engaged. Nice. So a demented psyker is of course not a good target to engage, because they are with their war powers very powerful. So let us try to actually take down the surroundings and then focus on the psyker. The psychic ability you have just seen there coming from, they basically have 2 or 3 very nasty spells. One is of course the Inferno, when it just, so to say, rains fire. The other is of course the Mind Second. Oh my goodness, I didn't, and this spell is very nasty. So I was just not thinking about kiting correctly there. So let's engage again. The nasty part of course is that we are not facing her alone, and this is always when the difficulty of the missions gets a little higher, it is always harder to kill the desired target. So that is the important thing. So I would like to respawn the big guy, but we are currently in a hell of a problem. But with every round we are in here, one more enemy, or even if only one more enemy dies always, it is helping out a lot actually. I'm going to try to evade those spells. Chaos spawn, focus on the chaos spawn, focus on the Benry, which is nearly down. And there you see another, of course, nasty spell of her is actually spawning those chaos spawns, which need to be taken out quickly, and then we can focus on her. But not like that. But she's already a little bit damaged. Very good. The big guy, it would be so nice to have the big guy back, then we would have way more damage coming up. But he's nearly down again. So it would of course be very good if we could take the Marina down. then we can solely focus on her, the Demented Psyker, and take her quickly, maybe quickly, hopefully quickly down. And that is what I've been talking about in the beginning. If you would have engaged one target like her in the beginning, that would have been very, very nasty, because we couldn't have, you know, get out of the corner safely without running into too many enemies. That is what I meant in the beginning. So, oh my goodness. Okay, we are not, oh yeah, I want to say we are not yet dead, but no, there we are. So I hope that the
That's our last chance, Inquisitor. Now or never.
That the one target we don't have, yeah, well, practically we have to kill them all, that is not going to be a Demented Psyker, or that beings. The only spell which would make her even more deadly if she could resummon or double or triple her being, that would be very, very, very bad. So where is she? I don't even see her. Ah, there she is. Come on, jump on her. Only 5000 HP remain. That is doable, I think. And don't let her respawn too, or regenerate too much of her HP. Very, 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 very nasty. Inoculator taken. Good. That was in the last second. Okay, she down. Okay. Woo! So let her explode. That is very, very good. So the bad part, of course, is that we now only have... Okay, we can't actually die anymore. So we only have one life remaining. That is the nasty part. And I can tell you, this mission will still take a little bit of time. That's always in the, as I like to call it, higher difficulties. And we are ranked 72, and this is a 74 mission. So it's not so too much over our level, but it is time-wise a bigger investment. I knew that. No, you know it. Why do I even talk about stuff like that? Okay, let's summon the tank. Always much appreciated, and I think he's not as well. The flamer is not as, you know, taking down his HP as quickly as of the little constructs. Okay, there's a box up there where we need. These two are down. With a bit of luck, we don't have a champion. Okay, I need to take this guy down. Like so, and then we are all in close combat. Very, very, very nice. Maybe I need to go a few steps back. The good part is, of course, the good part is that we still, or not, or through the inoculator refill, that we actually are having a ton load of inoculators to use. Okay, champion down. Very, very good. 2 flamers remain. Why aren't... Okay, the weekly challenge, of course, is a higher rate of champions here. That is, of course, the point why there are so many Havocs around. Very, very... well, nasty. Surrounding downs. Now we can actually concentrate on these buggers here. So maybe our tank does not die. That would be also amazing, of course. Okay, good. He survived. We take this chest with us, like that. Good. Going down here. And let's take those guys down, and then we still have one more villain remaining. Ah, okay, we have nearly cleared out the complete map. That is good, and I hope we are not going to face a Demented Psyker again. Don't want to face them. So only 1000 HP remain. Down here is exploded. Nice, good, 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 as it should be. As it should be. So these guys are goners as well. There are already the next enemies coming up. I'm going to be getting out of the explosion, and I've already heard the bloody... oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. We are in a little bit of a trouble, especially especially that I might die. That was a little bit stupid.
Burden of failure is the most terrible punishment of all.
Well, yes, that was a little bit stupid. I was so obsessed with killing the gunner there that I neglected the point that we don't have any lives remaining. Okay, too bad. But sometimes I guess failures are, you know, very necessary indeed. So quick look through here, nothing out of the ordinary. No, okay, good. We can still, okay. Okay, we obviously can still do one mission here. Let's take a look. It's 72, so at least that we are going to be able to complete. Guys, that leaves us right now to the end of this episode, and you know it, I really thank you for watching. If you guys actually do have enjoyed this episode, then please guys give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty, bye.